Happy Monday, everybody. It's going to be a great week. I know it is. Today's message is brought to you by kids. Kids are loud, rambunctious, and full of energy. From an infant waking up at night, to a toddler, to an elementary schooler, my kids have been absolutely ridiculous. And sometimes it can be difficult to deal with that, especially on Monday mornings. When you're trying to get ready for the week, trying to get your kids to school, and things just don't seem like they're going right. Remember, there's going to be another Monday, and you're going to get through this, and we're going to have accidents. They happen. That's part of life.
Kids can be a little crazy, and they like to eat stuff. Sometimes we make a mess, and it's on accident. We don't mean to, and that's okay, right?
Yeah, no, that's all right.
Yeah, that one.
Kids don't get to tell their stories sometimes. You just gotta listen to what they say.
It's extremely hard when something goes wrong to not just react and to figure out what happened and listen, especially when something really bad happened. Raising a boy, he makes messes and things go wrong all the time, and one of the most important things I can do is listen and let him talk. You know, the world's not so black and white. There's a lot of gray areas, and things can be perceived from a lot of different perspectives, and that's a hard thing to learn, especially when you're on the opposite side of that. Learning to deal with your ego as a parent is extremely hard, and you need to let your kids rebuttal you and confront you with things that might be a little bit uncomfortable. Through doing that, I've realized that I've messed up a lot of things. And through talking with my son about that and understanding that we can work together, because this is my first time doing everything just like him. It's my first time being a parent. Every day is a new day, and it's my first time. And when I can admit to my issues and that we messed something up, we can try to understand each other, because we make mistakes as parents as well. And then making a plan to move on and having an idea of what you need to do to change things is super important. But what's even more important is following through with those things so you can accomplish your goals. I know a lot of times that I've tried to set goals for me and my children, and they kind of get put off because of life and work, and we get too busy. But it's extremely important to sit your kids down. I mean, I would say at least once a week, but probably more than that, for at least an hour, and just talk to them about their ideas, figure out what they think, what they believe, and what they want to do, and you'll be real surprised on what they say. You'll be pretty astonished on your kids' ideas, because they're a lot more outside the box than you would realize. If you can create that open dialect with your children, you'll realize that they are more of a person than you thought before. My son's 10 years old now, and it's been super exciting starting new and different conversations with him. There are some pretty deep subjects I've talked about with my son. A lot different and untraditional compared to what I was used to. The older generation didn't open up so much about their problems and their issues, and I've made it very important to kind of open up about those things to my son, to bring some humility to my life, in hopes that when he gets older that he'll realize that his mistakes aren't such a big deal, and we're all a little bit flawed in finding our way through life. and finding out who we are. Raising a little girl has been a lot more of a challenge for me. Not having the best relationship with mother figures in the past, I've struggled with my relationship with the opposite sex. I've learned a lot from having conversations with my daughter. I've also helped her learn a lot about herself. My daughter's a very literal person, and I'm very metaphorical, so when we have breakthroughs of what I'm trying to explain, we often have a little laugh about it. Throughout our conversation, she's learned that she may be a little too literal, and that's something we're working on together. I'm a very realistic person, and I lack on paying attention to the emotions of a situation sometimes. When tensions get high, I tend to lose sight of how everyone feels and focus more on what needs to be done. My daughter's helped me with that, and together we've learned a lot about patience. I've learned so much about compassion from this little girl. She has the biggest heart and shows so much love for even the smallest creatures we share this crazy world with. Raising a little girl is so much different than a boy, and I'm grateful I've been blessed with such an awesome little creature to grow with. It's not until recent years that my daughter's opened up about her opinion on things, and it's exciting to hear how her idea is different from me and her mother's. Every day's been a learning experience, and I've learned that my daughter has some pretty big ideas. Having a daughter with such big thoughts and ideas, she's rebutted me many times. I've been surprised at how many times my children have proven me wrong. It's easy to become ignorant due to our knowledges. Sometimes it's our idea of something that we know that keeps us from learning new things that are important to the development of our children. A lot of times we get stuck in our ways as parents because of what we learned, and we remain ignorant to different ways and different ideas because we don't search new knowledges. I would never be the parent I am today if I didn't search for different ways. Whether it's reading books, watching videos, there's so much to learn from exploring information online about wellness and mental health. There are so many opportunities to learn more about yourself and your children through conversations. A lot of the time it's hard to start those conversations, but I promise if you find a way, you're going to learn so much and be extremely happy that you did. If you want to see more videos about me, my family, and my ideas, check us out at brandsbc.com. I'm excited to announce an event hosted by Sullivan Sanctuary of Maine on the 14th to help spread awareness about her cause and raise funds. Come join us from 2 to 4 at the Sandpiper Lounge in Brunswick. There will be live music, raffles, and more. We'd be happy to have you there. Thanks for checking out the Building Better Monday show. I'll catch you guys next week. You have an awesome one. Thank you.